Good morning, Bakersfield First Church. This is October 2015, and if you don't know, Wednesday is October 21st, 2015, the fateful day that Marty McFly and Dr. Emmett Brown went to the future. So we are now living in the future. So that is why I'm celebrating with my pants inside out, because as we all know,
all kids in the future wear their pants inside out.
Now, as far as clothing goes, I'm a little disappointed that we don't have self-adjusting jackets. Also disappointed that I don't have a color-changing hat, but it is what it is. So one great way to find some really good original 2015 clothing is to check out the BFC Craft Fair this Saturday. It's happening from 8 to 3. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff there. I'm pretty sure there aren't going to be self-adjusting jackets, but I think you're going to find some really unique stuff that you can't find at your Targets and Walmarts and shopping malls. So make sure that you stop by the craft fair and get something really original. We're also going to be serving breakfast and lunch. So all the proceeds from everything going on at the craft fair benefit all the ministries of BFC. So it is a really important thing to come out and be a part of this coming Saturday. When we think about everything that Back to the Future thought the future would be, back in 1985, our view of the future, there are a few things that we got right. I think one of the big ones, of course, is the fact that the Cubs were going to win the World Series. Now, this is a 30-year prophecy, people. And if you're a Cubs fan, all signs are pointing to the fact that the Cubs will win the World Series. If there is ever a year for the Cubs to hope against hope that they will win the World Series, it is October of 2015. Now, as we all know, there are a couple things that Back to the Future didn't get right. One of them is that we would still be using payphones. The other, of course, is flying cars. I think we're all a little disappointed we don't have flying cars or hoverboards. Those things were good. I really was hoping, though, that we would get the pizza dehydrator.
Oh boy, Mom, you sure can hydrate a pizza.
One thing I'm also glad they got wrong is that it doesn't cost $50 to get a Pepsi.
Go in and order a Pepsi. Here's a 50.
Now, one thing that Back to the Future did seem to hint at, the only thing that we were throwing away was laser discs. It seemed like in the future we were hoping that all of our poverty and trash and everything had been cleaned up. But we really found that's still not the case. Jesus said the poor you will always have among you, and that is still as true today as it was in 1985. One way that we are helping as a church is we are taking a missions trip down to Skid Row. And what we're going to be doing there is working among the homeless population in Skid Row the weekend of November 6th through the 8th. So if you're interested in that, you need to talk to Pastor Donabelle. Pastor Donabelle looks like this. So you need to find her and say, Donabelle, I am really interested in going to Skid Row. What do I need to do? And she'll help you get everything set for that. Just in a week and a half, we are going to be having Trunk or Treat. Now, Trunk or Treat this year is on a Saturday, which means we're going to have a lot of people here. So we really want to make sure everyone understands that this is an all-hands-on-deck outreach. And what all hands on deck means is that everyone in this church needs to be involved in this in some way, shape, or form. We obviously want candy donated, but what we really need is people to have trunks or help with games or help with traffic flow or help kids get on and off the bounce house or run candy from one destination to another. Just be present here, helping out during this outreach is really going to be the way that we minister to this community. There is going to be a table out on the patio both this Sunday and next Sunday where you can go and find out ways that you can get connected and say, I'd like to do a trunk this year, or I'd like to help with games. Now, with Trunk or Treat, with any of our big outreaches, you know what I'm going to talk about. You know what it is, candy. Candy is the gasoline that drives Trunk or Treat. But someone who's already encountered the love of the people of this church is going to be able to come and be a part of it. And part of that is by us just giving out candy and having fun and having a great place for them to be. So we need your candy in order to make this thing happen. Now, I was trying to think of a good way that I could help you understand that. All right, the past few years, every time we've needed candy, you've heard me give this long-winded speech about how Bakersfield Church needs to be a church that is known for its candy. And I just want to praise everyone in this church. We have arrived. We are the church that has a reputation for giving high-quality Halloween candy and Easter candy at these events. And I just want to say, well done, Bakersfield First Church. Now what we have to do is keep that momentum going. And the only way to keep that momentum going is to donate candy. Do you want to go back to the way things were? The waxy, tasteless candies? Do you want to start giving out circus peanuts? Do you even know what those are? Those are marshmallows. Pink marshmallows shaped like a peanut. There's no reason for us to be giving out cheap, weird candies. We are a church that is known for its candy. So let's continue to be known for our candy by bringing it, by being part of the ministry of this church, by donating giant bags of candy and saying, yeah, this is going to affect a kid. Kids are going to come to this church and say, oh, there's candy. I love it. I'm coming back. When can I get my hands on all this candy? And then they take it home and they throw it in the air and they say, yes, praise the Lord. There is a church that cares about my candy needs. We are the church that cares about the needs of the candies of kids in our community. This is perfect. This is exactly where we want to be. We want to be the church that people flock to and say, I know Bakersfield First Church. They're the church that gives out the good candy because they really care. And that's what we're doing. We're giving out the good candy. So get your candy, bring it to church, be part of the mission of this church by bringing good candy. Well, I hope you all enjoy your Back to the Future 2 Day. Those are all your announcements. Let's stand as we continue to worship in the year 2015 from generation to generation.